the development of students and the teachers plays at a central role in the classroom, where Putney has, I've actually heard a bunch of teachers say that now in progressive education, the teacher's supposed to sort of fade into the background and let the students lead the classroom and sort of lead the teaching, which is pretty much a reversal of what Dewey said.
Which ones did she succeed in fostering?
Making education relevant to life, sort of learning basic skills and general knowledge and leadership principles by actually working.
Alright, so for the most part, progressive education does not have a single definition. This is perfect for what progressive education's message is: a resistance to traditional learning styles and understanding that not all students learn in the same conformist manner. A phrase that does come up often, though, is experiential learning. What I think this means is learning through doing, an attempt to de-emphasize memorization or sitting in a classroom and being told how to do something. It's like the difference between reading about how to solve a puzzle and actually solving a puzzle. It's encouraging students to be actively learning about the world and what they want to learn about. So it certainly supports the individual student, but also paradoxically, many progressive schools also strongly encourage a communal feeling. Putney is proclaimed a progressive school, and in my opinion, it holds that ideal in the highest possible degree, with realistic outlines that can still relate to modern-day education. And then, basically, some highlights of my paper. There's one part where I sort of get a little mad at, like, progressive education definitions, and I say how, like, the idea of progressive education is something that can only be learned through first-hand experience. Like, you don't really get how, like, working in a barn may give you real life lessons, but you can only learn those lessons, through actively doing it. And it's the same thing when you actually learn progressively. It can't really be explained, but you learn things once you do it.
So it doesn't come in tidy packages.
Right. And then, in answer to the question, I say I don't think Putney is progressive, but it does use a lot of progressive ideas, but it's not like a strictly progressive school.
Do you feel like you learn by doing in many of your classes?
Yes.
So you feel that we're experiential in that sense?
Yeah, but, like, there's some things that can't necessarily be learned just through doing, like math equations and, like, stuff like that.
Well, part of the problem is that a lot of John Dewey's different that have sort of primary schools, right? Like elementary schools. So like a lot of the things were simple things that we all know how to do, like basic addition, multiplication, that sort of thing. But he tried to make it relevant to kids by like having them run a school store or whatever. But it's hard to do that when like kids are taking calculus or pre-calculus. Like have kids design hyperbolic arches. Like that's cool. But it's hard to do. It's really, really hard to do.
Yeah.